Alright. Hello, friends and neighbors. We are gonna be flipping more houses. Actually, I don't think we're quite to the house flipping stage. I think we're still, like, at the, I don't know, practicing house flipping. Just tearing other people's houses apart with low to no risk. So far, I've gotten no callbacks about the furniture that I moved into other parts of people's houses. And today we're going to try and paint all of the windows that we are tasked with. And we are going to knock down all the walls, and we're going to put up some other walls. I think that's what I remember. So yeah, I think it should be fun. It should be a good night. I was considering playing some other game, but that just... on a Friday night, this just seems so much more soothing. I think I'm going to turn the volume down just a tidge. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to go back to my terrible shack. A sauna will increase the price. What a tip. I grew up calling saunas, well, saunas instead of saunas. And, I don't know, I guess... like, my mom has a really good explanation as to why we call saunas saunas. Something about, oh, I could buy my own radiator and stuff. So maybe this is the first place that I'm gonna be, like, selling once I get done with all these jobs. That seems right. But yeah, it's something about how it's pronounced in the original language, which seems like it would be, I don't know, maybe Norwegian? I'm trying to decide where to put my camera for you guys. Or my screen. Should I be up in the top, or should it be like a down here situation? Perhaps? This seems like where other people put theirs. I don't know. Alright. Enough time spent. Go ahead and do this. At some point I should probably link like a Spotify situation. That seems like it would be useful. Alright, we have new mail. Additional walls to knock down, and a student's house. Bad bunch of students that didn't pay on time, and the whole house was a pigsty. That's pretty stereotypical college life. Liquor bottles. They were laying on the kitchen floor drinking. Alright. Oh, I guess we accepted it. So, I guess we're gonna go clean up this house. So that'd be cool. And they also really need to mow the lawn. That seems important. I don't know what they're doing with this, like, vegetable crates, but, you know, it's whatever. All of these old newspapers that college students are reading all the time. And that, I don't know what that is. One liquor bottle at a time. Those are, I don't know, they kind of look like maybe a Jameson's whiskey. Some wine, some Jaeger maybe. Now I feel like Jaeger comes different. Different types of containers. Now, do I make more money if I have to remember how to use it. They made their bed really nice, so that's cool. I don't know if that's the best spot for it in here. I don't know if they need me to do a radiator. We'll have to see. We'll check my tablet. Yes, mount devices. I need a radiator. There we go. Okay. Just very soothing. They must have just torn the radiator right off of the wall. Everybody is just struggling with their radiators in this game. Sad. The text in the middle of it, but alright. And then we gotta do that thing. There it is. Is there anything else in this room? Do I need to clean the window? I need to clean the window. This thing, I guess, is kind of cool. I still feel like I could go just as fast with, like... I mean, if we go really cheap, I think I could go just as fast with, like, a bottle of vinegar and like, a towel. Where is all this dirt that I'm not seeing? Is it under here? Is it on the ceiling? I'm not seeing it. Oh, it was a old one. Yeah, there we go. Not half bad. Oh. It's kind of nice, I like it. Clean all the things. Okay, I think I got this bedroom done. I'm gonna go ahead and close the door. Maybe we'll move its furniture around again in a second. I'm gonna open all these. Oh! Delicious. Alright. Ooh. You know what though? I bet my handy dandy mop will clean that up. All the individual liquor bottles. It's like they made a mess and then they just smeared it around the floor for good measure. I should pick you up. Clean the windows. I always forget the windows is the worst. But they do have this sort of like weird green algae sort of stuff. Like this doesn't look like your typical dirty window. It kind of looks like if it was on the outside, I could believe it. During like pollen season, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna air out this place. But to have it be this kind of weird green color, I guess that disproves my point now that I see this one has like white dust in the middle. Although that kind of almost worries me a little bit more because like I feel like white looking dust like that could be straight up mold. I mean, it could be just regular dust, but I feel like these weird green splashes, those look like mold to me. Like probably somebody left this window open during a rainstorm. I know I'm leaving it open to air out this terrible place, but from the looks of things inside, a little bit more mold on the windowsill is not our biggest worry. There we go. Look how clean that got all of a sudden. Boop. That is really satisfying. Can I clean off the graffiti? Yeah. I need one of these. Not that I have graffiti just around my house or anything, but I've removed almost all the trash. I've somehow not removed all of the trash, though. I can buy a radiator. Alright. Yeah, like I said, just everybody is definitely just screwing around with their radiators. I don't know what's going on. Like, somehow college students don't enjoy having heat. But you know what? It's cool. I enjoy installing them. They look kind of cool afterwards. Oh, this is trash? That looks kind of... I guess he's smoking. That's a bad influence. These lights are in weird spots. Oh, I'm supposed to paint this place? Okay. I guess we'll start by moving their stuff out. Or at least into the middle. Students dump. I'm concerned because I have not seen more dirt as yet. Just a bit here. That's annoying. Well, it's gonna be interesting. But maybe it's like up top on one of these walls, and I just haven't like by many. We'll probably need like 2 gallons of paint. Maybe that seems right. Alright, here we go. Do the painting. So I bought the upgrades so that I don't waste any extra paint on stuff, so that's cool. I can at least use those. Like, what's the word? Effective, maybe? I don't know. Should be good. I do kind of like the option that you could use, like, you could paint the whole room in interesting stripes. Like, that's actually super difficult. Like, of all the interior design shows that I've watched, painting stripes on the walls seems to be one of those things that, like, oh great, you can just paint behind the couch. You didn't even need to move it. It seems to be one of those things that people just really struggle with. So that's sad. Because, I mean, you have to, like, tape, and then if the wall is textured, then you have issues, too. Or if you don't have super great tape, then you can end up, like, having all the paint bleed through underneath your tape, especially if the wall is textured. But also if you have poor tape. Which is why I've not elected to paint stripes on any of my walls. I also don't feel like I'm particularly adventurous. I don't know. I can't decide if I'm just not an adventurous designer in my own home, or if it's like an American thing where we just love to paint our walls normal. I don't know. Most of the interior design shows that I've watched, where the people did like a good job, and it wasn't like that show Trading Spaces from forever ago on TLC, and people weren't trying. Like, I think they were trying, honestly, to do a terrible job at that one, unfortunately. But yeah, the ones where people are legitimately trying hard and like end up with results that I can get behind, they usually have just some like really involved sort of things. And there are stripes on walls, and there are interesting, I mean, they've got all kinds of like pattern mixing and mashing, which is a thing I would love to be able to do, because it seems like when they do it, it's so effortless, and they're like, oh yes, this is, you know, the tartan of, you know, their dog's breeder's cousin, and it's really meaningful. And also I like this beautiful plaid and gingham color, and it's like, wait a second, are you sure? How did I only paint 82% of this room right now? Is it the windows? It's probably the windows. It's always the windows. Oh, also the ceiling. I'm just not great at remembering windows, especially since the windows were already white. Also, I feel like in the tenant agreement, there needed to be some discussion of like what colors are okay to paint. Because, like, let's be honest, the amount of paint that I'm putting on right now to cover up that horribly dark black color is so not realistic. Like, you would need to put a coat of primer at least, and then you'd need like at least 2 coats of regular paint. Like, I don't care if it tells you on the like container that it's like 1 coat guaranteed. It doesn't mean 1 coat guaranteed. It never does. I've never ever seen it be 1 coat. I don't know where the guarantee is or who I need to call to let them know that they need to stop putting it there. But I have never ever painted something with just 1 coat of paint and been like, that's plenty. Unless, I mean, I guess my dog's kennel, but that's outside. It doesn't even count. And like, if I was really trying to make it look good instead of just trying to blend it a little bit with our house and not look like a complete piece of garbage, I would have put multiple coats on. And that was on bare wood and not on top of other stuff. Alright, did I get it? Okay, somehow there is still... Oh, okay. That was just sitting right there. I was gonna complain like a lot. Your lights are in a terrible place. That's not necessarily a great place. Like, if I had chairs and stuff, this would be so much fun. Shoot. I have this extra paint. Hopefully we'll be able to use it right there for now. But alright, this room is done. Cool. Close that up. Oh, I guess we can put the wardrobe back in here. They can move their own furniture back. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, the corridor. The corridor. That is clean. Do you see any dirt? I don't see any. I wonder if this is a British game, if they're calling it a corridor, or if it's just what everybody else is calling it. I feel a little bit insecure about my use of the word hallway. Like, what's the difference between a hallway and a corridor? Are like all hallways corridors, but not all corridors are hallways? You know what I mean? Like, alright, corridors. Like, this is another corridor. Yeah, open these so that I know they're still gross. Oh, oh, those are there. Aw, that's so sweet of them. That's how you know this is just a really wholesome game. Any other game would have been like, saddle up, bitches. There's gonna be cockroaches everywhere. But not House Flipper. House Flipper was like, you know, some people have legitimate capsaridophobia, and we need to plan for that. That's really nice of them. I like that. Not that I have capsaridophobia. Capsaridophobia. Oh, look at the map though. See, that is actually super gross. This idea of, oh, that's what it is. So now I have like a HUD going on. This is cool. Alright. More bedrooms, more bedrooms. Okay. This is a really nice house, honestly. I'm surprised at the, like, internal brick. I wonder if that means that this house was originally, like, just that part over there, and then this whole front half is like an addition. Oh, I have a flashlight too, that's cool. Or it could be that this is just a random res house, and I don't need to be concerned with whether or not it looks like an addition. But it does seem sort of strange, doesn't it, to have brick interior walls? Or again, is that just an American thing and this is like a British game? Like when I lived in Europe, we had all cement houses. Like I very rarely saw any houses or anything made of wood, and that I totally support. I think that houses should certainly be made of more durable materials, and materials that don't necessarily like rot or break or get, generally moldy. I can't find the dirt here. Let's see. Okay, I am right near some dirt. Okay, got it. So that's cool. This is very helpful. I didn't even see where that dirt was. So, yes, this is definitely, that was a good investment. Of my point. Is it like that green algae stuff that I'm cleaning up? Maybe? Seems like. Okay. We got 90% of the dirt in the corridor. Is this considered corridor dirt? It is not. Okay. The screen definitely tells me that there is no more dirt in here. So that's frustrating. What have I paid for, if not to be able to see where the dirt is? There's some dirt. Yeah, you're not even telling me that this is here. Silly computer. Why do I even have an iPad? Looking at all the corners here. Is it a light fixture? There it is. There it is. Alright. Where do we want to go next? I already finished that part of the house. Okay. We'll go into this bathroom. That's super gross. Aw, these college students have such good taste in bath mats. That's kind of cute, right? I can't imagine what really would go with that wouldn't make this bathroom like super ugly. Like maybe a bunch of like bamboo accoutrement. Like a bamboo. I've never ever used this because I am not nearly that fancy, but you know those like bamboo bath tables? So like you fill up your bathtub and then you put like, your meal and like your glass of wine and your book and stuff onto the your bamboo bath table, and then you just hang out in the bathtub like the water's not going to get cold in 5 minutes, and you just chill there and you like become classier and better read and cleaner all at the same time. But yeah, and then probably some like pictures of just plants, like the minimalist pictures of plants that are like just green, like from IKEA. That's what I mean. Do I get to put a sink in here? Is that what I do? Yeah, probably. I will buy a sink. I will buy them the cheapest sink because they are renting to, they're renting to college students who don't deserve any better. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay. I have installed sinks before. I don't know that it was really like this very much, but I appreciate that this is pretty fun to do. Do this. There. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Plug things back up. As it turns out, I just have pipes on me. Oh, I fasten those things. Fasten. Put that down. Put that down. That's exactly how sinks go together. Yep. thankfully I have all the pieces of the sink with me, so we're all set. And it did, look at that. Now it just needs like a nice mirror. And we'll buy them a towel radiator. Yeah, this definitely makes me feel like we're for sure in Europe, because I have seen a towel radiator in about... Is that a great place to put that? That feels really tall. Whatever. In about 3 houses. And 2 of them were in Europe. I don't, like... Maybe other people are living a life that I am not living here in America. But the house that I saw that had like a towel radiator was definitely... It was a pretty nice house. It was owned by like it was a building contractor whose wife was a am I done in the bathroom? I'm done in the bathroom. Great. How do I get out of the bathroom? There we go. His wife was an artist, so it was like the perfect pair, because she could be like, I really want whatever, and then he could be like, okay, cool, I can literally build that for you. That annoys me. There. Is that allowed? Meh. Alright. Continue the game. Alright. Did we get this border done? Did I just finish that? I finished that. I'm just going to be opening and closing doors all day long. Okay, here we go. Come in here. We're going to clean stuff. I wish I knew. I could just leave in it. Like, what is this? There's a cigarette butt. That seems legitimate. And then there's just like rusty food cans that have just been hanging out here for ages. And then like a spatula. I wonder who designed the like random junk. They're like, definitely it's like this, and it's definitely been there for a while. Like, and maybe that's part of what's soothing about this game, is that the junk is not your like average everyday junk. Like that you would actually be cleaning up. Like the liquor bottles, that was realistic, but and I mean empty boxes in some places, yes, but like old moldy gross boxes that belong, you know, that to me says like it's a garage and not like not something that you're gonna see like in the house. Like I get that some people are just gonna have boxes because they move, but are they really going to be just laying around everywhere? I don't know. I don't know. Do I need to paint this room? No, I just need... This room needs a radiator too. The college kids took all the radiators with them. What a absolute muck-up. Alright. I'm looking for more dirt. Is it a windowsill? It could be a windowsill. It is a windowsill. Ta-da! Okay, that's 6% of the dirt. 100%. Alright, we're there. We are there. So we're going to mount this radiator. We're buying them the cheap one, because again, college student. Now, having been a college student, I feel like I can say this. Like, we don't need much, and if you give us more than what we need, we're not really going to appreciate it. We're just not at that stage of our lives. We're just like, I need a warm bed. It doesn't even need to be warm. Like, we have a friend, went to school, and it was warm out, and he did not bring blankets for his bed, so he just slept on the bed. And then it started to get cold, and he still just was like, whatever, so he just started wearing, like, his coat to bed every night, like, and I feel like that level of commitment to not needing stuff, I'm not saying that isn't kind of sad and makes me want to, like, take care of and nurture that person, but also it doesn't make me want to buy them a $50 radiator, you know what I mean? Like, when a $44 radiator is going to get the job done, what are we doing doing messing around with like super fancy radiators? What are we doing messing around with radiators anyway? Like everything else in this house is functional, but the radiator, that was completely ripped off the wall and is missing. Every one of them. I know that was a long time to talk about radiators, but this is going to be my trademark. I'm just going to be the person who like always opens all of your windows. There. I mean, I guess this could go there. I feel like the vanity needs to be in a totally different spot. This room freaks me out. But you know what? We're going to get there. As housekeepers who are of a certain caliber, we are going to save our like incredible energy for flipping houses and making things look really great for when it's a house that we're actually in charge of. We're going to move stuff around. We're going to... Here it is, kids. Maybe they were like, what can we have them install in every one of these places? Like, at least, like, the least they could do is have, like, the old shitty radiator kind of still there and be like, okay, you either have to, like, spend this much money to, like, fix it, or you have to replace it. You know what I mean? And then you can decide, like, if it's worth, like, and to fix it would take, like, extra time and you'd have to do, like, a fun little puzzle. Like, somebody should be taking notes so that we can email the game devs. Being that as a total amateur gamer, I absolutely am also the last word on what makes a game cool and efficient and useful. Oh no, did I, like, sabotage my ability to clean this by... Ooh. I hope not. By mounting a radiator there. Now, am I the sort of person that, like, does the entire job and hopes that, like, I get paid extra, or that it somehow counts for something later in the game? Or am I the sort of person that does the entire job because I'm just one of those people that can't handle not doing the entire job regardless of reward in-game? Aw, my poor puppy. She's so sad. Every once in a while when you turn the lights off in the kitchen, she forgets that the floor is there, and then she gets really nervous and feels like she can't move. She's a wonderful dog. Alright, I guess we're gonna fix... What am I fixing? Is it this? So I've unscrewed it, and I need to... Oh, washer and dryer. Okay, that's new and exciting. Nope, just a washer. How close can it be to the toilet, you know? Okay, so we can't turn it. This is not a great setup for a bathroom. I feel like the toilet needs to be closer to the shower and, like... But you know what? This is up to these people. They decided. I don't know what to push. Is this? Is it you? Okay. That was difficult to find. But we found it, so it's okay. I'm kind of excited to be able to be, like, oh, it makes a cool little unscrewing sound. I like that. I'm kind of excited to... Oh, and we're fixing the washer that way. That's really kind of us. For $300, I feel like. And maybe with a new washer you do have to set the drum. That makes sort of sense, right? Like, that seems like a thing you'd have to do. I've never had... Well, I've never been in charge of a new washer. I don't know. This feels like... My only comfort is that Sips wouldn't do as well. Well, Sips would do just as well. And I'm okay with that. Sips probably wouldn't know where to click here either. It's probably some random tube. Is it this? It's that. There we go. There we go. Just click the right thing. Get it into the right spot. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like. What's next? Thing. It's not that. This too. It's just sort of staring me in the face. Okay. The 7-meter square bathroom with the ridiculously placed washer that hides the I mean, I guess, yeah, no. There's just no excuse for that. Close you up. I'm not going in the kitchen yet. I'm not sure I really want to deal with all the cockroaches. Maybe if I just, like, pick up all the trash, that'll bring me to 70%, you know? Have we thought of that? That seems like a valid thing. Like, maybe I don't even need to buy them stuff. Oh, that's an interesting wardrobe thingy. That looks like straight from IKEA. Yeah, we should try that. We should, instead of buying them a radiator for every room, we should definitely just try and, like, yeah, this is definitely how you deal with the cockroach infestation. You just vacuum them up and they never come back. This is not something that you officially need, like, an exterminator for or anything. I destroyed the cockroach nest. Yes, that's 100% what happened. I definitely destroyed the cockroach nest. Just by getting all the ones that were out. All these wine bottles or Jameson bottles. I can't reach that one from here. I'm so close to 70% done. Oh, wait. That's awesome. Yeah. What am I doing buying these people radiators? If they want a radiator, they can buy it. Oh! Multiple cockroach nests. Mm-hmm. This isn't gonna come back to bite the landlord in the butt. What do you mean you thought it was taken care of? Well, she said she vacuumed them all up from the floor and the wall. Yes, well, and here's your lawsuit. I don't know if you can get a lawsuit for cockroaches. I think that the tenants are just, like, not liable. Got it. More trash. Hey! So, now, we should pay attention to, like, whether we get more money by cleaning up now. Do we? Or is this one of those, like, learning things where it's like, you have to find out for yourself that you don't make more money by doing extra work for people? It's difficult because I don't totally remember exactly what the number was, so it feels like it could just sweep up on me. Yeah, you do make more money by doing more stuff, so that's kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, I don't mind cleaning up the rest of this shit. This will be fine. Oh, more bottles. Jump right up here. Sure, I'll clean up all the stuff, no problem. Is the dirt behind this? Hmm. Alrighty. Oh, I guess I got it to the point. That's good news. Alright. Is that a shadow? Yeah, it's just a shadow. Nope. Now, am I gonna make more than $40 by, like, mounting the radiator? That is an important question. More. There. Okay. Alright, so this room is pretty much clean, so that's nice. Let's see. I suppose I should stop and think about if I want to talk about anything too, now that we're just like building things. So clear the trash off of my own deck as well. I'm sure I'll think of something. It'll be great. Instead of just talking again about how many... I have a problem with radiators now. I'm starting to feel like they're just looking for busy work devices to mount. Yeah, I have a new skill point. So we'll be able to spend those in a while. That'll be nice. Oh, clean the window. Yeah, this looks like... I mean, it is really satisfying. Like, I know they want it to be dirty enough so that you feel like you've really done some work. I think that's the problem with, like, in some ways cleaning my own house. Like, not saying that my house doesn't get to be, like, a total pit. And that it looks totally different when I clean it. And it doesn't look totally different than, like, when I clean... You know what? I don't know what I'm saying. Not saying that when I clean my house... It's always like starts out super clean, and so it doesn't feel like I've done much when I go through and clean it. Like, it definitely needs all of the cleaning that I do, and it's not one of those situations where I'm like, oh, we're wiping down the counters because that's just what you do every day. You wipe down the counters. Well, no, the counters need to be wiped down, and the floor does indeed need to be swept. What are they doing? Like, it seriously looks like they just were like, hey, you know what? Mud fight. Or maybe they came in from a mud fight and just laid... No, this looks like purposeful, just smearing of the mud. Yeah, I'm calling it. Purposeful smearing of mud. I gotta click something here. Alright. So, I guess we'll clean in here. I haven't cleaned any of the windows already? Oh. So this is like an algae or pollen window. And that other one was like a dust window. It's important to know the difference. It could just be like whether the sun is shining through them or not. No, I don't think it would make it yellow versus... I don't know. Look, there's stripes in here too. It's not just stripes. Look at that. I have made like $800 in just a few minutes. Can you imagine how cool it would be if that were a real thing. Like, this person in real life, even if the mess was as bad as all this, they're not paying $5,000. They're not paying, at the end of this whole deal, it'll probably be, I don't know, what, $7,000? Like, there's no way they're paying that much to, like, get the whole house cleaned up. Even with painting, there's just no way. I don't see it. And maybe if we are in New York, where's the last bit of dirt? Here? Windowsill? Yeah, maybe. Oh. There we go. Okay, then we're set. Alright, look at that. It's clean. Now we're going to mount a radiator and see. Okay, so we're at $5,320. And we're going to buy our radiator for $44. And we're going to watch our income just skyrocket. How much is a $44 radiator worth to you, lady who rents your house to irresponsible college students? I don't know. It is worth, wow, okay. It's worth like $100. So cool, you get like $50 for installing it. That's a decent comeback. That's like 100%. Cool. Alright, is there anything else I'm gonna... This is the living room? It's tiny. Weird. Alright. This looks like over here, there's one design. And then over here, there's something else going on. And then they were like, oh, we also have this... I don't know what you call this. Like, it's not an entertainment cabinet. It's not an armoire. And you also can't use it. So, it's like they're begging you to rearrange everything so that it makes sense in the room. But these things definitely don't belong in here. I mean, I guess if you're having two totally different zones in the room, but whatever. It's just a whole mess. Alright, so we finished in here, right? We finished in here. We finished in here. What's left? Ah! Just this one last bedroom. Cool. Is there any refuse in the bedroom? There is not. Oh wait, no, I picked it all up. I remember that. I'm clever. It's cool. Clean all of the mildew off of the walls. Like, the amount of mildew that there is kind of bad news. I feel like they should definitely be getting that checked. I mean, unless it's a horrible, like, dust situation. But it definitely looks like mildew. Like, that's not a tenant cleanliness problem. That's a, like, maybe it is mildew. Maybe, no, it looks kind of, I don't know. I feel like that's not a tenant problem necessarily. I feel like that is an atmospheric problem. Like, I don't see any dehumidifiers. Like, this is a tenant problem. Smearing dirt everywhere, that's a problem if you're a tenant. It's a problem if you're a landlord too, but, like, you know what I mean. It's a problem that you caused. And, I mean, maybe they're just leaving, like, the doors and windows open all the time when it's raining. I guess a tenant could do that. But, for the amount... Okay. I feel like there's just too much, you know? Just too much. I mean, I'm getting really good at this. But at the same time, I feel like now that I'm getting better, I want it to be more perfect. Ta-da! That's a happy noise. Okay, I am done here, done there. Everything is done. All that's left is to put random stuff in random places. This room just, it deserves a couch that matches the walls. Okay. complete the job. Done. Yes, this is good. Can I clean that? There's just dirt everywhere here. Is it outside? Maybe. I have to move the rug so I can clean it. Is that it? Where is it? Where is the dirt? That's an admin. I almost wish I didn't have that upgrade. I don't want to know there's dirt and not be able to, like, take care of it. You know, it's just... so sad. Not it. The light switch? Cool. You see the dirt better now? Nope. See, that looks like dirt. Move it. And still. Oh, we got it now. Okay. And then all the other dirt is actually outside the house. The weird shack. So that's kind of an interesting... Maybe at some point I'll get to buy like a pressure washer. That seems like it'd be really cool. Can't find this dirt either. Oh, I guess I got it now. Got that. What? What? Oh, okay. On the eve. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. We got it all. Almost? I still need to knock down those other walls. But also, I really don't like seeing the dirt on the map. Okay, is there any more? Just you. Weird. Oh, there's like a shrub there. That's weird. Okay. There! Now it's all clean. That's exciting. And things are relatively straight and cool. Alright. Okay. Additional walls. decide if I want to, like, I guess I'll do this one first. Let's do it. Oh, that's cute. First we'll figure out how to put up the walls, and then we'll figure out how to knock down the walls. I feel like that isn't totally logical, but I feel like knocking down walls is... Oh, we gotta spend our skill point thing. I gotta get better at stuff. How do I do that? Perks? Yes. Okay. Faster mounting. I just need to mount faster. Faster plastering? I'm not doing any plastering. But I mean, maybe I will be plastering with the walls. Is that a thing? Faster plastering. And tiles or panels. That's cool. I guess we'll do most dirt on the mini-map. Long range mop. Ooh. Ultra hyper mop. Mount. Plaster faster. Tiles. I don't know about that one. Negotiation. Yeah, we definitely want to upgrade how much we get paid. I feel like that's the first thing you should upgrade. So, tip, those of you who are going to play this game later. Upgrade getting paid. That seems right. And I don't know. I guess we mount things. So, we'll just mount stuff faster. That seems legitimate. Oh, there is no dirt anywhere in this house. I know because on my HUD I could see all of the dirt. Alright, now remind me what I should be doing in here. Is this just a... Wow, who has this big of an entryway closet? These people are living. They have books, that's cool. They have this... I feel like that... I mean, it's cute, but I don't... Maybe I guess the table is okay. They have radiators already. They don't need anybody to replace their radiators. They are fine. Remove object. Do they need a new crib? I don't get it. Where am I removing it to? Like, I just... Not totally positive how to, like, do what it's asking me to do. I have to pick up each block individually. This is going to be annoying when I have to put it all back in. And another one. I stack the blocks on top of each other. I sure can. I'm not sure I should be doing. I know about the staff. I don't... Okay, there's that. Can I destroy a wall? Demolition. Which wall am I destroying? I guess... Like, it makes sense to take out this giant closet, right? You can still open and close this thing. Okay. This seems like the right place to be doing things. Yeah, this is right. I don't know what it means to remove the crib, though. I'm also not totally positive, like, what's going on with the buying of a new bed in a bedroom that already definitely had a bed. But you know, it's whatever. I feel like the game has not quite realized that the walls are still here. Let's do this. This is fine. And then, are we trying to make like 2 rooms out of this? I guess I could have read the brief better. This seems logical. But I definitely don't want it. Oh crap. So much here. I wonder what the, like, most efficient way to demolish walls is. Definitely hitting at the top like that. Upgrade demolition. I feel like I already removed the crib. How do I remove the crib even further, you know? That just seems illogical, Captain. Alright. Well, that's fun. Okay, so I bet you're gonna go over here. Can I, like, dispose of the crib? Is that the thing? Okay. I'm gonna try a thing. It's not that. How do I remove the crib? Okay, well. I think this red wall is what's gonna get... Wait. Build lintels? What's a lintel? Oh, there's plenty of room to place that wall. Can you believe it? 8 feet of, like, however deep this is, 8-inch wall costs just $14. That's a legitimate price. I appreciate my bricklaying skills too. This is cool. Then do I have to, like, paint? I feel like the additional walls brief was misleading. Like, it's not just an additional wall, it's also removing walls. But you know what, it's fine, because then I'm going to do extra super good on the next. Okay. I was really concerned that I just mucked that up. Alright. So everything is done, everything is clean, all the demo problems are taken care of. You're done. You can go back there. still don't know what to do with the crib. I guess I'm gonna put, oh. You back in here, so that's nice. Eh? Bedroom is done. Didn't I build the wall? I built walls in here. What? Where else do you want a wall? The children's room done? I still haven't removed the crib somehow. How do I remove the crib? I brought all of your favorite toys back, kid. Is there like a button that I'm missing? I guess let's go back here and we're gonna read. How do I remove it? Is there like a... You gotta build 15 walls, so that's cool. I apparently missed. So like... So I built a bunch of walls in the wrong place. Is that what I'm seeing? It could be. I guess I'll try and build another wall here. Just to see if it goes. Hey Lewis, how you doing? I'm trying to... I guess I'm gonna do like a double layer of walls. These parents just really need the extra soundproofing. I think that's fine. I'm doing alright. A little bit tired. I'm not crazy about summer heat, but whatever. It's better than it being super duper cold, right? Let's see. I feel like now on I can finish oh, okay, so I can just finish a job even though it's not done. That's kind of done. I feel like, so there was this like bright red spot on the wall. It was like a bright red stripe, and it was just begging for an extra wall to be put in. But alas, that was not where it was. But it's okay. Pieces of wall are like $14, and we have $44,000, so we're gonna be fine. It's just gonna be the most awkward, strange. Alright, it's fine. You know what? This is on you. This is on the people who hired me. That is their fault. Is this fixed? I can't. Alright, I have removed the crib a million times. I don't know how to like I mean, oh. I put back. I want shift and then a row. Excuse me. Like it wants me to remove the crib. How do I... do that? I feel like I did that before. That seems... Alright. Alright, fine. It still says that it... I had to remove the crib. Like, how far do I remove the crib to? Is there gonna be like a crib removal area? can't leave the house with this in my hands. No, I get it. You can't just steal people's cribs and shit, but like, where do I put it so that that thing says that we're done here? Oh, well, I'm not putting it back. This room is done. This room still wants me to remove a crib. What crib? I don't know. Yeah, no, that's a big part of being in here. Well, at least we have the, like, handy dandy, like, progress thing saying that we're doing a good job. And at least we can finish unfinished jobs. I don't know how to get to the basement now. There's the basement. Whoa! Okay. Are we fixing you? Is this it? No, it's outlets that we're fixing. Where are the broken outlets? Assemble. Okay. There's like a way to do it. You know what? I should have known that this can't. I mean, I guess the other outlets look like basic American looking ones. I don't know. Yes, house repair. What's the house? Am I doing it right now? Oh, here we go. I somehow feel very invested. There. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's not like an outlet that I've seen. Like, that seems, I guess it sort of looks like an outlet that you'd plug a washing machine into, but who's gonna plug their washing machine in right at the bottom of the stairs? Also, the whole house is brick. And there's this cute little alcove under here. That's cool. When we lived in Europe, under our stairs, there was just this huge area, and it was on the main floor. And my mom turned it into like a playroom for my little brother, and it was super duper cool. He had like his little like car mat rug thing, and there was like a little tent. There was like a little kids table, and I spent a lot of time in the playhouse. I was like 10, so you can't totally blame me. Oh, there's the outlet. But like, it was really fun. It was like kind of a dream playhouse area in a house, especially like for the main floor situation happening. But he spent lots of time in there. We played army guys. It was really fun. Until one day, and now it's not like this made us stop playing in there, but it definitely made me stop spending so much time in there. So it turns out that in the Czech Republic, which is where we were, is like basically the dead center of Europe. Well, maybe not the dead center of Europe. It's in the middle of a lot of countries. But like, it has really big spiders that just live inside with you. And like, I'm not talking like Australia spiders, but like big. And so I go in there one day, and like just on the wall is this spider, and I don't know, okay, I don't think that this gives any idea of scale. But like, so I have a fairly normal sized face, right? And this thing, it was spread out on the wall, and it was hairy. Like, I think I could handle spiders if they weren't gonna be super hairy. Like, I don't know, it just feels like they shouldn't be like that. And so I immediately go and tell my family, and they're like, well, just get the fly swatter and it'll be fine. And just get the spider. And like, to my 10-year-old self, I thought I thought I had conveyed the size of the spider, but I think that in part because I was 10, and in part because I'm a girl, I think I thought that I had conveyed the size, and I think they thought that I had conveyed the size, and I think they thought it was like maybe a quarter-size spider. But so I go grab the fly swatter like a good person who's been told to grab the fly swatter to kill it, and I like smack the thing, and I kid you not, like I hit it hard, and it was on like a cement wall. It's like there was no give. Like it was just gonna, it should have squished, but it did not. And I'm getting shivers just thinking about. And I mean, I'm not that terrified of spiders, but like, honestly, this one gave me the heebie-jeebies. And then I hit it, and then I didn't feel it squish all the way, and then I was just like smacking it. And of course, once you hit a spider one time, it's like that thing's not just gonna stick around for you to hit it again. So then it's going nuts, and I'm terrified that the thing's just gonna jump off the wall onto my face. I have a real fear of things just getting on my face. And so we got that one, and I figured we'd got them all, but no, as it turns out, if you have one ginormous ridiculous spider living in your brother's playroom under the stairs, you probably have at least two. Because what's a spider without a friend? Alright, let's go knock down these walls between the living room and the kitchen. And we're gonna paint them blue. Okay. But yeah, so we found this fabulous spider's friend, and this time I was not going to be had with the fly swatter, and for whatever reason, I don't know if people just didn't take me seriously or if I didn't actually show them the spider or what. But this time I had to prove that there was a legitimate spider problem. So I trapped it under a bowl, and like just a big plastic like Tupperware situation, and I trapped it under there, and then like I just put so much stuff on top of the bowl because I was just, I don't know how strong spiders are. I'm 10, and so I just stacked a bunch of stuff on there until I felt sure that this thing was not gonna like hulk its way out of the bowl, and I just okay. Let's see where this house is located. Oh, all the walls that I need to knock down are there. So I don't even need to, like, know things. Cool. Okay. But yeah, and then I went and I got my dad, and he believed me. Oh, I broke the wrong wall. Oh, they'll forgive me. But yeah, like years before, I feel like I had proven myself with spiders well beforehand. Like, it's not like I'm completely terrified of spiders. Like, I'm no friend of spiders. I try and play it cool for my children. But you know, like, they're just creepy, and I'm terrified that they're gonna jump at me, or especially the ones with the pokey little feet, or like if I feel like if they step on me, then they're gonna have like Velcro-y type feet. I can't decide which works, if they have like pokey feet or like Velcro-y feet. But you know what I'm talking about? Like some spiders, like they just look like they're gonna stick to you when they jump on you. And some spiders, they look like they would kind of needle you with their little feet. Ooh, not cool. But this spider, underneath the stairs, that one was definitely, like, with all the hair, that one definitely seemed like one that would have like sort of weird Velcro feet, and then it would feel like when guys have like just a little bit of stubble and you like hug them and your like cheek, maybe if you're a dude you haven't experienced this, you had to have hugged like some uncle or father or something at some point. You felt the weird weirdness yes, okay, and it's got that scratchiness going on. That's what I imagine this like hairy spider would feel like, but with its feet, all of them, just sort of like, oops, I didn't, okay. Yeah, like when we lived in Texas when I was a kid, we're like out gardening, it's nice out, and I mean, if we're gonna be honest about life, I feel like Texas is kind of the Australia of America. I know we talk about Australia sometimes, but like I just have this feeling that everything in Australia is trying to kill me, and I'm not even there. Maybe I'm just watching the wrong shows about Australia. But, so we're in the backyard in Texas, where all of the animals pretty much are dangerous. Like you just don't go. I mean, I guess we had like water bugs, which is basically like a cockroach situation. Those were fine. I didn't mind those too much. We had it like a game. We would get home sometimes, and my mom would be like, "Okay, get ready," and like before she would go in and flip the light on, we would actually maybe I can demolish faster if I use this skill point. Demolish it. Yes. Yeah, just be faster. All around. Yes, that works. But yeah, she would just like flip the lights on and we'd have our shoes off and we'd go running around, just killing all of the like water bug cockroach things that lived in our, not necessarily our entryway. And I feel like describing this makes it sound like we lived in like a super gross house, but we didn't. It was a very nice house. It's just that I feel like everybody had cockroaches in some place. And these ones were in our like sunroom or something. I don't know. But like as kids do when you have like weird animals that live in the house with you, unless they're spiders, like somehow everybody just ends up making friends with them at some point or another. My sister woke up with one on her pillow one time. She wasn't pleased. But, you know. Anyhow, so we're gardening. And my mom wants us to help weed. And so she's like, go get something to put the weeds that you pick in. Because as we all know about weeding, if you just leave the weeds next to where you weeded from, they can end up taking root again. Although I feel like in the Texas heat, probably it's not so bad. They probably dry up and die before, but whatever. Anyway, so I was set to get this bowl that she could see. It was just like a kid cooking kitchen bowl, play bowl thing. And I remember it was red and it had handles on each side. It was like a pot situation. And I go running to pick this thing up. It had just been laying in the yard, and I pick it up and I turn it over, and my hand is inside the web of a black widow, which is a thing we were taught to recognize as soon as we moved to Texas, right? So like little 6-year-old me is like, oh my gosh, it's definitely a black widow, and I like threw it back down on the ground. And I mean, the bowl is like, again, I mean, maybe I have just this problem with like using my face to tell you how large things are, but this bowl is not very big. Like I feel like the other spider from Europe wouldn't have been able to totally spread out inside of it, but it wouldn't have been completely cramped either. I don't understand what I was doing thinking I was going to fit a like decent amount of weeds in there, but you know, it's whatever. So yeah, I throw it and I'm like, oh my gosh, black widow. And my mom's like, it's not a black widow. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. And she's like, bring me the bowl. Show me this spider. I was like, no, I'm not going to pick it up again. There's a black widow in there. And she's like, no. And like everything about her tone says you're 6 and you don't know what you're doing. But like, it's a black widow. It's a big fat black spider with the like pointy legs, which we've already described. And I don't know what to do with that at all. And it's got a red dot on its butt, kind of. And it has a look about it like it's already eaten multiple husbands. So I was like, no, I'm not going to bring it. And she tells my older brother, like, go pick up the, I should probably finish demolishing this wall just so that I can rebuild it for this person. She's like, go get the stupid spider. Oh no, I'm demolishing like their whole house. And he goes over with the hoe and like flips it over and is like, it's definitely Black Widow like. And she's like, bring it here, it's not a Black Widow. Like, and I mean, my mom's a very caring, nurturing person, but for whatever reason on this day she just was not, just didn't trust us. So she was like, no, just put it on the hoe and like bring it over here. And so he kind of like flipped it over and he held it on the hoe like as far, like a 39.5-foot pole, if you've heard the Grinch song. Is kind of how he treated the spider. So he brings it over to her and she's just like over it. And then she sees it and she's like, oh, awesome. And I mean, you can see on her face that she is like now regretting this because she's like accidentally that's awesome. Just put her children in, you know, some level of danger. Like, we were smart enough, like, well enough raised that we're not going to just stick our hands in with this spider, but, you know. So then she's like, you can see the regret on her face, and then the understanding, and then the, like, you know, she's like, okay, yeah, it is a black widow, and we're like, yeah, we told you, whatever. And instead of, like, letting us know, like, yeah, I regret that, bummer, we should get rid of the spider, whatever, what does my mom, the, like, homeschool lady do? She's like, go get a trash bag. And so we got a trash bag to bring it into the house with us. And, we transferred it very carefully, I assume she was mostly in charge of it, to a jar. And then we kept watch over our pet Black Widow. And that was kind of fun. And then we, of course, decided build a wall that's already painted. Oh, that's cool. Or I could build faster. Or build 3 at once. We should do that. And we should do that. Cool. I need to buy. Oh, we'll probably need 2 gallons. But yes, we kept it in a jar, and then my mom was like, Black Widows are supposed to be deadly, and then at the time, you know, there's that myth that, like, daddy longlegs are super, deadly, they just can't bite through your skin. Well, that's not really true. I don't know if they're, like, the most venomous spider at all. I don't know what their venom situation is like, but anyhow. Then we had to go collect various other spiders, put them into the jar with the Black Widow just to see what would happen. And obviously the Black Widow won for quite some time, and then the Black Widow eventually died. I don't know, living in a jar. Having, you know, being our resident, like, spider gladiator, I'm not totally sure. But it was definitely, you know, I guess, probably, other households don't necessarily adopt spiders as, like, a learning experience, but, you know, it's kind of fun to be like, yeah, for 3 days, we just had a Black Widow living in a jar in our house. And it was fine. You're not afraid of spiders? Are you one of those people that has, like, a pet tarantula named, like, I don't know. I was in charge of a tarantula at the zoology department at school named, I don't remember if it was Lucy or Annie, something like the name that an old woman would have. Ooh. Yeah, see, I mean, if I'm in control of the spider, I guess I can understand. But, like, I really have to be in charge of this spider. And, like, there cannot be any danger that the spider is going to jump or leap or, like, just get really fast all of a sudden. Like, I feel like spiders have +3 skitter. And they just go all of a sudden. Like, you could scare, like, they look all leisurely, like they're just hanging out and they're not going to move, and then all of a sudden they're just like, bam, they're, like, on the other side of the room somehow. And I've lost them and I can't see where they are. And then I have just regrets forever because it's like, I knew where the spider was, and I could have killed it or relocated it if I was feeling generous. And I mean, I'm not totally worried that they're gonna bite. I'm just worried that, like, I don't know, I'm just dissecting the sphere here. Like, I just don't want it to walk on me when I'm not in charge of it. Like, it could just walk on my head. Like, completely untethered by social contract. And just, it could just feel weird. And I mean, if it bites me, at least I'm gonna know where it is, right? Like, a spider bite would hurt, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe this is totally irrational. Also, I feel like they have an inordinate number of eyes. Like, already, too many legs. Not an okay amount of legs. I don't know what an okay amount of legs is, because right now I'm thinking of, like, that I also didn't like the weird spider crab things in Subnautica. So, maybe it's the skitter that gets me. But definitely the eyes are a problem. There's so many eyes, and all of them are looking at you. Like, if you have more eyes than I can make eye contact with, I'm out. I just can't do it. Maybe that's what it is. It just... I can't use my powers of empathy on you. Be like, hey. Alright, are we almost done paging here? I think we are. I have a friend who bought like a super legitimately deadly scorpion, which I'm not totally sure why you can just buy venomous creatures and own them and have them be in your house, but it's a thing you can do. And I mean, I get it. Scorpions need love too. But, do they really need love inside of your house? Is that really a thing? So this one is like the size of... I'm tempted to use my hands and my face. Like, it's probably like the size of my forehead. So like, like if you set the thing on my forehead, and it's bulky, it's not like one of those flat ones that you could find like underneath a book. It is like, and it's got pretty outrageous claws. Necessary extra fat. I don't know, I guess I can just air can. And remember to hurry. You wouldn't say no to such a wonderful person like me, right? My eyes cry so much I can't stand to look at them. Oh. Because the wall colors hurt my eyes. That was terrible. Aww. That is so sad, Michael Brand. Yes, I will save you from the horrible colors, honey. I'm not sure. I'm not his honey. Whatever. So anyway, yeah, the scorpion business, and then he like befriended the scorpion, and now he just hangs out with the scorpion out of its tank, and he just lets it like crawl on his hands and stuff. Like some people I know who just let spiders crawl on them because they're cool and not afraid of anything. Like Faded Lemon. That's the color we're going for here. Alright. Alright. Faded Lemon, here we go. Fair enough. That's not a great color. Oh, I forgot about the door. This is like... Maybe it looks better in person. But this definitely looks like the color of snot. I feel like this burnt orange color is kind of nice. It's like, is this like, I feel like Crayola would call it, has a color like this called like raw sienna. Does that sound right? It should be good. Alright. So then, now I just feel like I have to ask, Lewis, do you have a pet spider, or you just don't mind the spiders exist? There are levels. Like, are you the sort of person who goes out and buys a whole dang tarantula? Or do you just, you just think spiders are cool? Okay, so like, that's something I can work with. Because, I mean, I guess if you owned a spider, I would have to accept you as a human being also. But like, I don't know. It sort of seems like not having a spider as a pet is a good personality trait, right? You just can't connect with them. Okay, I mean, I guess that's acceptable. Like, I mean, I've done that, but again, I have to be in charge of the spider. I can't just, like, the spider cannot have any opportunity to just, like, leap away or, like, crawl someplace else or be somewhere else. Like, if it's in my house and, like, I lose the spider and then I just have some spider that I know is there, I don't like that. But I mean, if it's just like those spiders that make, like, they look like daddy long legs, but they're not actually daddy long legs, that, like, live in the corner of your house, and they just make webs, and then when you touch them, they do that funny, like, buzzing around in there. Okay, we finished the board. Now I don't know where the rest of the house is. Bright peach. Like, this isn't a terrible color. I mean, I guess it's not really what I would want to do for a kitchen. But for a living room, it's kind of cool. Also, peach is from like 1970, and according to an interior design show that I legitimately watched, no one should like it. So, Michael, whoever, you have bad taste. Yeah, this is horrible. And it's actually like a beige color. Bummer. Ugh. Let's see. Maybe we can just... Do I have a point so I can upgrade my painting situation? Yes, I do. I could... this is difficult. I could paint 2 walls at the same time. I could paint faster. Or I could use less. Difficult. Am I... I guess painting isn't the worst. I guess I could just... I mean, paint is cheap, though. I guess we'll just do this. Well, that's cool. I like that. Yeah. Have to go over. Okay. You have to like finesse it. Let's see. Alright. I guess like I don't know. Like I had a pet rat as a kid, and I feel like people definitely misunderstand rats. So I'm open to the possibility that spiders can be misunderstood, but like, I also feel like you can't bond with a spider. Like, I can understand picking up a spider and being like, oh, that's interesting, but there's no like connection to a spider. I feel like if you own a spider, it's just an accessory that says like, yeah, I feel like I'm a badass. Whereas, I feel like with a rat, like you can connect with a rat. Rats are very cuddly and they're very sweet. Their tail feels really cool. Like initially you think it's gonna feel like a worm, and it sort of does, but like a dry, hairy worm, which is way better than that description. It's kind of fun to play with, and they're like cuddly, and they'll like ride around in your sweatshirt with you, and they'll just hang out on your shoulder, or like if you're wearing, like I loved wearing a sweatshirt with my rat, because she would just like crawl up and down inside of the sleeves, and then she'd come up and join me in the hood. It was just really, it was nice. She was so cuddly. Wait, are you telling me you eat worms? Don't say this. Let's not. I can't. Like, I understand they're high in protein, but that's just not a situation where you need to just eat because it's there. Like, maybe if somebody pays you at least $20, a single worm is worthwhile. I would definitely need money, a fair amount of money. Probably more than $20 at this stage of life. But I know there was a time in my life where I could have been paid $20 and I would have downed a worm. But I feel like now I have more dignity. Alright. I think as soon as we finish this job, I think that's a pretty good end for the night. Look at that. I like that you don't even have to, if you cook worms. I guess I haven't ever cooked a worm. So, you got me there. Oh, I forgot I can do 2 walls at the same time. Here we go. I mean, I guess if you cook any bug, it's technically good. And they're high in protein, and like, I understand they're easy to like grow. I would struggle. Like watching shows like where, you know, part of the challenge is to like eat a bug or something. Like I could get into that, like not as an enjoyable pastime, but just as a like, in order to win this game, you need to eat a bug. Like I'm not bored with that. I'm competitive enough that I would probably eat a bug of some sort. I would struggle with like a spider, which is a full roundabout, but like general bugs like a cricket or a worm, something that would go down fairly easy that I wasn't concerned about like biting me or latching onto me with its terrible legs. Is this just a thing that you do? You just like taste all the bugs? I feel like a caterpillar has some potential of having a cool texture, but only because I'm imagining it like a gummy worm experience. Alright, so we're done in here. Whoa! What an interesting... Okay. Bright peach. Yeah, this guy has terrible taste. That's awful. He just wants a whole beige house. That's what he wants. This makes me so sad. Is this just building up to the situation where you get to like, finally, I get to paint and do my own house, and I'm not gonna paint it peach? Like, you're just building in the desire. I feel like in college as an education major, so many of the classes were just like, are you sure you want to be a teacher? Because there's a lot of busy work for all of these classes, and you have to do it all if you still want to be a teacher. And it's like, okay, fine. And they're just testing your resolve like this. I feel like painting the wall the same color as the floor is testing my resolve to be a house. Like, this is the origin story of why we flip houses. It's because I was tired of painting everybody else's house 70s beige peach. is honestly literally the same color as the like other peach. I think it's meant to be a joke. Like, it's not quite the same color as Faded Lemon, but it's getting there. Okay, you haven't answered me about your bug eating habit. Is this something that we need to, like, get you help for, or is this just a, like, funny, interesting, I wonder what that tastes like thing happening in your life? Like, I'm not against eating bugs. I know that it's common practice in other countries. I think it's just a, like, I just haven't been, like, desensitized or naturalized with it. Like, it's always been something that's been like, do not eat the bugs. Bugs are super gross in my life. And so, like, if I was given maybe the opportunity to, like, eventually get used to it, I don't know, maybe. But, like, there's very few waivers of this type that I would sign, but I would sign a waiver that says, yes, I would like to eat bugs. I know it's, like, good for the environment, but I don't want to be able to know that it's bugs. Like, I'm pretty positive that bugs don't taste like bugs when you grind them up into a flour, like, and so I would be fine with that. That would be cool, right? And so we could save the environment, we could spend less money, we could have a high protein, low fat, I don't know, meal. And it would be cheap, and we could save the whole world and feed the whole world. I just don't want to be told this is bugs. Like, they could come up with any name that they want. Like, we've been, steadily renaming things like corn syrup all the time. This is only 98% painted. What did I miss? Is it a window? It's probably a window. I'm bad at painting windows. There it is. We already painted in here. In here is fine. In here? Okay. Finally, a different color we get to paint. Sleepy blue. But yeah, I think that would be... I need paint. I never know where the, like, eye goes either. We have a lot of words like that. I do kind of like the ombre effect of the blue here. I feel like half of this room should stay that pretty yellow color. Like, this is a decent, I mean, it's a kind of a neon greeny yellow. And it shouldn't be like the wall that you see when you're on the bed. I feel like that would be distracting. But I feel like it should get to stay. Yeah, well, you know, everybody has life situations that happen. You just gotta enter the world early. I'm kind of looking forward to upgrading my painting skills for when I can just paint like whole swaths of wall at the same time. Then I feel like I'm gonna get to like a stage where I'll accidentally paint the wrong wall the wrong color, and then I'll have to go back and paint whatever. Like at that other house where I accidentally demolished the wrong wall. But it didn't seem to matter too much. Yeah. 8. Almost done. I think after this job will be a good time to like wind down, go to bed. Unless you're in a different time zone, in which case you do whatever the time zone you are in makes sense for. Like if it's supper time, eat supper. If not, don't. Did I not paint here? I didn't. There we go. Nope, not all the way done yet. Gotta be a window. It is. Okay, 98% blue. 99%? Nope. Always windows. Ta-da! All tasks complete. Alright. That's probably a really loud clap. Okay. We've got just all kinds of money. And at some point, I think next time we'll take a look at what sort of houses we can buy. Maybe we'll look into like updating our fabulous like office shack place. I don't know. Multifunctional room. I think other people might call it like a studio. I don't know. Anyhow, this has been fun. This has been very soothing. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful night.